So I believe that worked. So hello YouTube, and for those who'll be watching us later, I am Alba, I'll be your host. Okay, so I can quickly explain, first of all, I quickly explain about how TNT works, right? For those who doesn't know us yet, TNT is a community where we came to communicate in foreign language, not just English, but also Spanish, Italian, and French, right? This is not, the live meetings are not like classes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to correct you. There's no material or homework. We are just here to have a nice chat, to practice our speaking in order to develop confidence and achieve fluency, right? And let me see, if you are interested in to purchase some classes and have material and a teacher and correction, you can check on our website, talkandtalk.com.br, to see the plans available, right? And I believe that's it. So today we're gonna talk about expectations on youth. We just listened to a Skid Row's song called You've Gone Wild, right? And it's about to stand for in what you believe, trying not to please people all the time or to meet their expectations, right? Let me see. We are in how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it would be interesting to create the rooms. Let me just create the breakout rooms. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So let me see. Max, can you say for us how is going your experience? You mentioned that you are 2 weeks using the platform, right?
Right, it's correct. My experience about the platform on GT.
Yeah,
about
please.
the platform is very easy to use. The classes are awesome. Very easy to interact with another people, not people, another participant, another guys. So far, it was it's a very good experience.
Awesome. Guys, I was thinking right now, one of the rooms would be empty, almost, with 2 people. There's no need for create, sorry. Let me just, so you guys have the questions on the chat, right? And this is how it works, Max. You mentioned this is your first immersion. So we just speak about the topic. There is the first, the videos, just to introduce the topic, right? And the guide to our conversation are the questions, but we don't have to be restricted to it. We can talk. It's just a guide, just to keep the conversation flowing, right? So let's start presenting yourselves first. Let me see. Tatiana, could you start?
Yes. My name is Tatiana. I'm 39 years. I'm 39 years old. I'm an engineer. I work with new projects in the oil and gas sector. I have a daughter. The name of my daughter is Ana Carolina. Ana Carolina have 5 years. And I stay in Talk and Talk, I think, last April. And I think it's the best place for learning English and speak more and fast in English. And now I look in the future for speaking more fast and understand more easier when the other people speak in English with me. It's a little things about me.
Great, awesome. I'm really happy to hear that you are enjoying the experience here with us. It's a pleasure to have you here again. So let me see, Arthur, can you present yourself first, just so we get to know each other better?
My name is Arthur. I'm live in Goiânia, but I'm from Altamira, Pará. I am 25 years old. I live with my sister. I have a pet. I have a girlfriend, and I work at Sicredi as a data analyst. I think that's it.
Awesome, great to have you here again. Thank you so much. Let me see, Alexandre, your turn. Please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Alexandre. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo.
Você quer que eu te chame de
My
Alexandre?
gosh, sorry.
Está correto?
That my Google. I live in Vitória since 1986 when I got married. Now I'm retired from Banco do Brasil, where I worked 35 years. I live in the pretty good neighborhood, Jardim Camburi, close to the beach. And I have 3 kids, both, all of them had degree, 2 mechanical engineer and a lawyer. And now I'm only trying to improve my mind, because when we are getting old, our mind is losing a lot of connection. So English is good to force the brain to continue working and stand alive.
Got it. Awesome. That must be great, living close to the beach, right? I would love it. I love beach. Thanks so much, Alexandre. Let me see. Hannah, please, your turn. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Renan. I'm 31 years old now. Now I'm working as software developer with app mobile in a startup, and I'm liking to taking classes and sessions here in TNT. I really enjoy, and I think that's it.
Great. So nice to have you here again. Thank you so much, Hannah. And at last but not least, Max, please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Maximiliano, but you can call me Max. I'm from Argentina, Buenos Aires. I am living here in Brazil, in Curitiba, since 2019, I think. Yes, I think. I have 2 brothers, one of them 3 years old, another one is a teenager, a young, 15 years old. I have a cat, a little cat. I'm software engineer too. When I lived in Argentina, I was a Air Force officer. I think that's all. If you can ask.
Okay, got it. Awesome. So you are from Argentina. My brother-in-law, who is married with my sister, is from Argentina as well. I have already met their parents. They You guys speak so fast in Spanish. It's quite difficult for me to understand, but they are awesome. Thank you so much, Max.
You're welcome.
So I forgot to present myself as you guys. So I am Ana Laura. I'm 25. I live in Cruzeiro. It's a small city in the countryside of this São Paulo state, right? And I work as a lab analyst. Let me see. On my free time, I like to do some biking, reading sci-fi books, and go out with my boyfriend as well. That's all about me. And let's jump into the questions, right? So the lyrics of the song mention all the time this expression, problem child. And I really would like to know what you guys think about this expression. What would be the definition for you guys? What it would be a problem child? Let me see. Katiana, you have a daughter, Ana Carolina. How would you describe a problem child who as a parent?
I think a problem child, I think it's a child with I think when you don't have a love and attention with from your parent, I think you have the it's probably the child it's very angry and express the angry with the bad comportment. I think it's this, and for me it's this because for example with my family, my mother and my father don't I have I stay in peace with my parents when I teenager, when I was a child. If I have the bad comportment, I think is this word. My mother's talked with me in that time, and for me it's about this, about when you have a bad feelings, you expression with these feelings with the bad comportment. I think it's about this.
Got it, and I got it. So you can say bad behavior.
Behavior.
Yes, yes. So let me see. Yeah, very interesting that Katiana mentioned that it would be, maybe the reason would be lack of love or attention. So I think we can mix question number 1 and 2, right? And you guys can give what definition you believe that is of a problem child, and what are the factors that can lead to this kind of behavior, right? Defined as a problem child. Katiana mentioned that it would be some problems with the relationship with the parents, right? Parents to the children, right? And that's why they try to get some attention. I agree with her. Very interesting. Let me see. And you, Alexandre, what are your thoughts about it? It's a mix with question number 1 and 2. What's your opinion?
So I think childs don't have problem, unless they was born sick with some sickness. They don't have problem. Problem are created by their fathers, their parents, and then they grow living in the ambient that you can grow better, or can go to be a angry child, angry teenager. I have my thoughts about if you take a a scientist child and change the house to a criminal child, to be criminal child, father. You are, I am a criminal and I have a child. You are a scientist, you have a child. Let's change our children, okay? And then they will grow in the behavior they are living. Although the child is the scientist's son, he can be probably a criminal. And the criminal's child that is creating the house, the scientist's house, probably will be the person that can grow have knowledge and give contribution to the society, to the family. So, in my opinion, to sum up, child was born with the mind to be good. Every child, but the family is responsible if they create the ambient to they grow better or they go bad. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Children, they mirror themselves a lot in their parents. They are their example, right? And it's really important that these environments where they grow up is a good one, right? Let's see the other's opinion. Let's go. Let me see, Max. And you also have kids, right?
Yeah, I have. Sorry, I thought I have daughter. Was 2 sons.
2 sons. Oh, got it.
One of them is teenager. I think that the factor is lack of attention, lack of love, and I think that it's not just the parents. It's about family, about society, about education, not just the parents. Based on my experience, my recent experience with my son. But I think that the first reason, the first factor are this: lack of attention, lack of love, lack of limits.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely, you have reason. Thank you so much, Max. Let's see, Arthur, you didn't answer yet, right? Go ahead.
I think I'm not a father, so I don't know answer correctly, but I think it too is parents' responsibility about the values, the limits, and I think because these child's if parents not defining the limits, the values, for example, the child, I don't know say, but probably have a bad behavior. So I think it's the parents' responsibility.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's hear first Rena's question answer, right? You didn't answer yet. Then I will give you guys my answer. Go ahead, Rena, please.
Okay. I think I can describe a problem child like a child who is difficult to deal with him, and I totally agree with Arthur or Arthur. It's a parent's fault, I think, because for example, my girlfriend has a nephew, and his parents says that he is always in 220 volts, and he's always running there and here and punch things, and his parents doesn't correct him. And I think is that behavior of his parents makes or leads to a bad behavior for him. Mateus is his name, and he is 2 or 3 years old. It's a kid, but I think the parents have to correct them sometimes.
Can I take a gancho to this question? Because you said the child has to live in 2020 volts, but sometimes the child can have a sickness.
Yes.
Sometimes the child can have TDAH. And I have a child, and now he's a man, adult. He had TDAH. He couldn't pay attention in anything around him, but he was all the time in 200 volts. So I had to bring them to the doctor and make treatment, and then he could grow more calm, learn more, pay attention, everything. And now he is mechanic engineer. But I was in doubting if in the last decade, if the boy could grow, but sometimes the boy had this kind of problem. The family don't detect this. Okay, we have to take a patient. Sometimes they are so electric, and you think, oh, this boy is like capeta. No, they have problem. They need to be treated. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Alexandre bring some interesting points, right? I believe that these behaviors, right, depends on the environment of the child where the child is growing, but also personality, and even sometimes, like Alexandre mentioned, some health condition, right? That like TDAH that he mentioned. And it's important, there is the responsibility of the parents to try to shape, right, the kids to be to have a good and acceptable behavior for society, and to have a good life, right? Don't suffer with this kind of behavior in the future, right? And I believe that the factors, just like you guys mentioned, right? The environment is everything. So I believe if the parents are having some troubles or lack of attention or love, or maybe even some change in their lives, in the family, right? Like change where the place that they live, or things that the child wasn't prepared, right? Maybe this could lead some bad behaviors, right? And so let's go to question number 3. Katiana mentioned a little bit about her, but I want to know if you guys were troublemakers, and give some problems to your parents while they were creating you. So if you have any troubles during childhood or adolescence. Katiana, could you start? Can you talk a little bit more? You mentioned a little bit about it, about you.
Yeah. Yes, When I remember that time, I don't remember the problems when I was a teenager. My mother and my father speak a lot with me in that time, and it's very clear for me. If you choose this way, the result is this. If you choose that way, the result it's that, and it's very clear for me all the time. And my mother and my father speak a lot about the bad things, about the good things, and about the good choices in my life. And for me, I don't have problem when I was a teenager. I think it's because during my when I was a child and when I was a teenager, the words is very clear for me, and the talking it's very every day, and I don't have problem with this. I remember. And with my daughter, for example, now I speak all the time. If you choose this way, probably it's the result probably it's a big problem. You choose this, it's you need the stay okay with this choose. I think the better problems. I think it's about the relationships with the bad communication with the family and with the teenagers and the the childrens. Because for me, my mother and my father, it's my friend and speak with me all the time. And sometimes I don't see the parents with like your children's like a friend. And in when was a teenager, probably the children don't see your parents with a friend, and put a big mountain in front of your parents. And it's my opinion.
Oh, awesome. Very nice. I loved your answer, Katiana. You said everything. I totally agree with you. Yeah. Parents should talk more to have conversations, right? I believe this is the best way. It was really nice to hear that your parents did it with you all the time, and then they could guide you better, right? And or orientated you. Do not, oh, let Katiana do and maybe did whatever she wants and then try to correct, spanking or doing something else, right? Really interesting their strategy to 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 with you, right? Forgot the word. Let me see. And you, Hannah, what about you? You're a troublemaker?
No, I don't think my childhood was challenging to my parents, but I think my parents' relationship was too challenging for me and for my sister, because I used to live in a fighting environment. My parents, it's really tough to deal. But me and my sister, we are so calm. We are so okay to deal. So I think it's not a problem to my parents deal with us. But as I mentioned, to us is a little challenging to deal with my parents. And I think that is the answer. I think my child and my adolescence is okay to my parents.
Yeah, really interesting that you mentioned this, Hannah, because every person reacts differently, right? For some people, maybe to be raised in this kind of environment will turn them aggressive or a fighter who argue all the time. But it seems that you and your sister experienced this so much that you guys are more try to avoid this kind of situations. Has
Exactly.
the opposite effect, right?
Exactly. We have to acting with the opposite behavior, and I think it's the best way to live in the life. So it's okay.
Yeah, but not every person reacts the same way, right? It depends from person to person. Interesting. Thank you so much for your answer. Let me see, Arthur, and you, your turn.
Okay, I think my parents didn't challenge with me because most of the time I was obey the rules, obey my parents. But my parents weren't talk. But it's more spanking. I don't know the correct answer, but I was really calm, obeyed my parents. Maybe if I'm angry, I obey, stay home. For example, I ask you for play out with the friends, and my parents said no. I be angry, but okay. I don't have choice. It's okay. So I think my creation is about that. So I think my parents not challenge with me.
Awesome. So you were a good boy. Let me see. And you, Max. What about you?
Okay, I believe I was a very calm teenager. My parents talked a lot to me about responsibilities, behavior, choices. If you chose the wrong way, okay, but after that, be responsible. Try to not repeat the same thing, the same error. Try to take off, learn about the error, and be the best. Very calm. I chose to, when I was 12 years, I choose to enter to military school. So it was a great experience, but I think because of that, I was very calm because my limits was very clear in that environment. My childhood.
So I believe that you mentioned that you choose to go to the military school, right? It was not something that your parents talked with you and made you do it, right? You choose.
I choose.
Got it.
My parents asked me, really? Are you sure?
Got it.
Go ahead.
So you must be very disciplined because before, with the way that they raised you, and after this military school, right? Discipline is something that they really put on you, right?
I think that is the baseline in the military life. The baseline is discipline.
Yeah. They value this a lot. Awesome. Thank you so much, Max. Let me see everybody answer. No, Alexandre, your turn. Please, go ahead.
Question 3. Okay. What can I say? My childhood, my adolescence, my teenage time was very was a challenge, not for my father, my mother, but for me, for everyone that was living in that place. Because imagine, 1953, I was born in a very poor area, in a very poor outside, without anything to be proud, without food enough, without clothes enough, without medicine, without school, without nothing to save you from that terrible place. So it was a challenge for everyone. And I don't remember my father and my mother talk to me about anything. They don't have time to do that. They were all the time working in the crop. My mother had 9 children. She lost 2, and we are 7 now. But my mother, 9, she had to manage 9 children. My father had to work since the son was how do I say sol nascendo? When the sun was coming, my father was in the crop. When the sun was set, my father was in the crop working. So my behavior was created. Pay attention what my father was doing. He said to me something like, don't create fight with other people. Don't steal something from other person. Have 1, 3 or 4 advice only. But this time was so hard. Imagine that I went to the primary school with 16 years old. 16 years old, I was a teenager, and I didn't have to go to school. What happened? Because we was living in the farm, in the crop, without imagine that I didn't know that there was a New Year, that there was a New Year. I didn't know that was how to say Natal. Não sabia que tinha essas coisas, Natal, Ano Novo.
Christmas, you can say.
I didn't know that I could go to school. In the city, there was a school where you could learn and grow. In this time, it was so hard. So it was a challenge to me, but I was born with the sense that to grow, I had to take action, because my father didn't have anything to give me. So I had to first, when I leave the group and went to the city, I have to go to primary school, first primary school, and it was studying, how do I say, around the clock. Every day, every night, I was studying and make some work to have some money. Very, very small amount of work, money. But I was studying because I understood. I don't know why. I understood that studies could be a good thing in the future. So I set my mind on the study, and I set my mind to work in a bank, because I was thinking work in a bank was good. And then 10 years later, I went to work in Banco do Brasil. I passed in the contest. But I don't know how could I leave that area and go to the city, and then 10 years later working in the best work that was in that time in 1998. I entered to work in a bank to receive a good salary. I think God guided me since that time. It saved me, but didn't save my sister, because I was the one person in that family that went to school and have could make the study grow and the life grow. That's it, Katy. Thank you.
Got it, got it. I'm really sorry to hear that you were raised in such difficulty conditions, Alexandre. But I'm really glad that to hear that you could revert the situation through education, right, and studying. Quite
Yeah.
beautiful. Your
And the
story.
adding to this situation, this bad situation, we had sarampo, we had paralisia infantil,
Really?
we had, yes, no, we, in the area, all the child in the area, lot of died from sarampo. They had paralisia infantil that you can be have a problem for rest of your life. Paralisia infantil is a horrible illness. We had the diphtheria that can kill the child inchando a garganta. Eu não sei falar inchando, mas eu sei falar que é neck. Lot of I passed to this dark tunnel, you know. Since I was born, I passed to this into this dark tunnel, and I went to the bright area too. So I think because this was the God proposed. I know. It depends on me. Only me. I couldn't be saved. I could die as well, but I'm here. I'm proud now.
You're here. Yeah, you should be proud. Really happy to have you here. Thank you so much, Alexandre. Guys, we're running out of time, but I would like to know someone's answer about, let me see. Question number 4 is interesting. I was thinking about also this other expression. Do you guys know this expression, black sheep of a family, right? I would like to hear from someone. What do you think does it mean, if you have already heard of this expression, and how it could be related to a problem child? Okay, let me see who could answer. Let me see. Hannah, you. What do you think about question number 4?
I think that is a person that have bad or that is bad or worthless among the family components is called a black sheep. It's I think it's mean that, but I don't think that is a problem child. Oh, I don't know if it's a problem child, because when the child grows up and turns in adolescence, or when grows up and came to adult life, I think when this person have some problems or problems that affecting him or his family, I think that we can call he is a black sheep of the family. But when he's a child, I don't think it's appropriate to use this expression. It's just a child, and I think this problem is not his fault. I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
I understand and agree with you. Let me see. Andrew, Arthur, what's your opinion about question number 4?
Same question.
Question number 4.
Okay. I don't know. I think maybe it's about the child or the teenager maybe choose another path from what the parents expect, for example. And sometimes is relation about behavior too, but I think it's more about this the parents has a expectation and the child only attends this expectation.
Yeah, definitely. You nailed it. I agree with you. So sometimes parents think to know that they claim to know what's best for their children and their kids, their teenagers. And if the kid doesn't agree or follow them, oh, it's a black sheep or it's a problem, even consider a problem child, right? Just because it's a misfit person, right? Doesn't fit in the environment that they are wanting. And you, Max, what's your opinion? Do you agree with me and Arthur? Or
I agree with Arthur. I think Black Sheep is all about expectation about family, parents. Maybe a Black Sheep is a teenager that chooses study mechanic in a medical family. I think this stuff is all about expectation, not about the child, the boy, but about the expectation on the family environment.
yeah, precisely. You said it all. It's all about expectations. Yeah. So guys, unfortunately, we are running out of time. I really would like to go through all the questions with you and continue our chat, but unfortunately, it would not be possible. I have to close the meeting. But first, let me just put some links on the chat for you. So the first
I'd like
one,
to say something firstly. I think we have to raise our children with love. And love doesn't mean buy video game, buy toy, buy everything. Love means love. And when they grow, they will share love. If some of them try to be a black sheep, it's easy to manage because you gave love for them all the life, and then now you can ask them to do the good behavior. It's more understandable, but give love first, okay? And then they will be good teenager, good young adults.
yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Alexandre. You said brought an important point. Give love. Thank you so much. So the first link is you guys to send your feedback about this specific meeting. So feedback about me as a hostess, or even, hey, Anna, I would like to talk in some next meeting about a specific topic. So tips about topics that you guys want to discuss here. The second one is to Talk and Talk website. And the last one is to this live on YouTube. So if you can go there, hit the like button, subscribe on our channels, it would mean a lot for us. And that's it. I really appreciate that you guys had come here with me in this meeting. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope to see you again, same day, same time, Thursday, 8 a.m. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.